Hey, what's up? I'm Rashad. Who are you?
Antonio.
Of course, man. Friend of the fam.
Always.
OG friend of the fam. And
Word.
today we talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, probably the series finale season or this season. I'm not sure they're gonna do another one, but either way, we're
Yeah.
talking about it. Shout out to Tony Ba. He said he didn't want to come to do it because he didn't like it. So yeah, so I'm glad he was he was
There
honest
we
up
go.
front. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Tony, man. We'll get him on the next one. You know how we do it. Initial thoughts.
Coming into this, I was super excited. And you knew this, Rashad, me being the Star Wars freak that I am, I was super excited. I was just like, wow, where are we gonna go with this? You know, I will say shout out to the trailers for not the trailers gave you a taste, but it really didn't give you what the story was going to be about at
True, very
all.
true.
For the most part, I liked it. Some things I kind of was like, about, but I did like it for, you know what I'm saying, for all intents and purposes. For people who was expecting this gigantic, like epic on the scale of the movies, like got to tone it back on that. This is a show, but I did like it for what it was. It, like I said, threw me a couple of curveballs or some things. I was just like, really, wasn't expecting that, or wasn't expecting this, but I liked it for what it was.
Yeah, I can kind of echo that same sentiment. There was some at the end of it. I said on the view on my own review, I was like,
Mhm.
I can see how this was supposed to be a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it really, the beats are very much like movie beats and not TV show beats, and how they had to
Mhm.
kind of reconfigure some things to to make it palatable for a serialized type show. But
Mhm.
yeah, overall, man, like I feel if I had to do is like out of 10, I would give this a strong like 7.5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was some things that I was like, not really feeling that. But this was things I was like, oh man, like I really do like the direction that they went and
Mhm.
the whole thing. Oh yeah, by the way, this is all spoilers, so if you haven't figured it out by now, like
Yeah.
I'm about to start talking for real.
Too bad.
So okay, what was the number one thing that you did appreciate about this?
I appreciated the trauma that Obi-Wan was going through. He went through like PTSD,
True.
dealing with having to kill Anakin. Because one thing everyone always talked about was Nigel McGuinness was very old when he played Obi-Wan in the original. I called him man Nigel McGuinness, part of me.
I was like, Alec Guinness?
The wrong for Alec Guinness, part of. I'm thinking about a wrestler. My fault, not
Hey
to be.
man, wrong
Alec
pod.
Guinness. Ooh, yeah, wrong father. Alec Guinness was like very old when he played Obi-Wan in the OG trilogy and everything. And the thing is, like, he was only like 55, 56 years old, if I'm not mistaken, that period. But he looked,
He was only
but
55?
yeah, like really 55. So, okay, so let me help you out. Let me help you out with this. Think about the timeline. Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan was like 20, 24 to 26 years old.
True.
It 24 to 26 years old, finishing up his
Oh
Padawan.
yeah, cause I remember seeing something where they was talking about it, and George Lucas was like, yeah, I want you to play the person because you're the age of the person. I
Yeah.
remember that.
So he's like
Yeah.
24, 26, 24 to 26 years old. And then what Attack of the Clones is like what, 10 years? It's 10 years later. So that would put him at 34 to 36 years old.
Yeah.
And then Revenge of the Sith is like what, three,
Two, three
three,
years,
two,
if
three
that.
years
Yeah,
later. So that,
it's not a big
so,
gap.
right. So then they put him at what, like 36, 38 years old. And then this is like 4 years. So then you think about it, this is like 10 years after, you know, Revenge of the Sith. So that
Yeah.
makes him like about a good, what, 45, 46. And then 10 years next is A New Hope.
Is
So
a new
that puts
hope.
him at like
Yeah.
50, about 56. We'll say 56, maybe 57, but I'm gonna say 56 at the max is how old he is
Yo.
at the time. So you think about it, you think about all those years of PTSD of failing your you failed your student slash best friend. You had to kill you thought you killed them by cutting them in half. And we saw the nightmare sequences he kept having. He kept waking up in the middle of the night, and he couldn't. They made it seem like that at first I'm like, yo, did he disconnect himself from the Force? He didn't disconnect himself from the Force. He just hadn't used it in so long that he couldn't even contact, you know what I'm saying, the way he wanted to contact Qui-Gon Jinn. But we found out later on that, you know, he was there the whole time. He was there, but he was just like, yeah, he was being creepy. He was like, I've been here the whole time. You just weren't ready for, you know what I'm saying, for this. So I can appreciate like the PTSD, and you know how they say that stuff can wear on your body and stuff like that can age you and age you like it was. And you know, he was, man, he was having it rough, you know, and then having to look after Luke the whole time, and then this adventure just happened on this show. So yeah, I can appreciate how he had to mentally relive that. He was reliving that just about every night, every day.
Yeah, I think that definitely set up the like the episode, like the first episode really well, how he was just doing this like very mundane routine, you know what I'm saying? He was like, they was like cutting space well, he was cutting a piece off, giving to his, you know what I'm saying, his little sort of EOP, his little space.
Yeah, EOP.
His little Tatooine camel, you know what I'm saying? And going home, coming back. He tried to holler at Owen. Owen was like, yo, get your old crazy behind out of here, yo. You're not messing with my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, but I gave you to him. Like, nah, yo. You gonna fail him like you did his father? I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I was like,
like Owen is just like, you know, he's real curmudgeon-y, man. He's always like for no reason, you know. Like, so that was that the trauma that I that's a real good point. The thing that I like the most about this, and I didn't even really want this, and it had to be Vader. Vader is always like for me, like Vader is like the it's like the little Joker, you know what I'm saying, the spades. Because sometimes if you play your cards right, that little Joker comes through in the clutch, unless somebody has a big Joker. So if you do Vader wrong, that big Joker's gonna hit every time. But they really did Vader. They did Vader pretty good, man. Like, just him showing up in the Bacta, just like looking disgusting and just bubbling. You know what I'm saying? Like them having those almost like forced trauma bonds together. They always think about the same, like him just being super OG. I don't care about nobody in here. Like, and only thing and the fact that even with Reva, like he knew who she was the whole time, was just using her to get to Obi-Wan. Even the ending, and especially the last episode, yo, when Obi-Wan did get him though, like that fight scene, how he got him was like hilarious, yo. Like he hit that man back, hit him in the stomach. He was hitting his little buttons, and he smacked his face. The sound design when they use like their like a little fake re-speecher of you know, original Vader voice and then Hayden's voice together. Man, that made, I said, yo, like, I said, they killed that. That was like the best, that's like the best part of this whole thing for me. Yeah. Was how they used Vader. And even how, like, you saw how Vader did not care about anybody or anybody else. He just wanted to kill Obi-Wan. Like, that kind of, like, one-track mindedness, which he was on ever since Obi-Wan did that to him, way back on Mustafar. And he has to live on Mustafar. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a place where he was basically, he died. He has to live there and live in that pain for like until whenever. Like, that's
here's a little known fact too. Like, there's a for people who don't really know about the comics, Marvel did like a series on Vader comics where you see how he gets the castle built and everything like that, and he chose Mustafar to build his castle there, and like because number one, like, it's like over top of a cave, and that cave is like filled with such dark side energy. Yeah,
it's like a Sith memorial.
And that's why you see it's like and the thing is, it's like he's built the castle too, basically like overlooking the hill that Obi-Wan left him at when he cut him in half. So when he looks out there, that's the spot that he cut him up at and left him there. So that's some top level hate right there, man. Yeah, just a reminder to be like, yeah, I'm like, yes, yeah. So
that was so like Vader for me was like so. It was so dope, yo. Like, yeah, like they've been like, you know, people that hate like Disney Star Wars, but Disney Star Wars has definitely fleshed out Vader and made him a very, very competent and full-fledged, like even more of a villain than what he already was, because like his screen time in the OG trilogy was like 25-30 minutes max, but now that
So
we have to kind of see him more, like they're really making it a real concerted effort to, when they do bring him on, like yeah, he's gonna be doing some, he's doing some damage, especially a lot like on live screen.
we have always heard through legends how powerful Vader was, how ruthless Vader was, and all this. And for everyone that says, oh, they hate Disney Wars, or say as they call it, or whatever, Disney Star Wars or whatever, they have shown us like Vader Unleashed. Like you've seen, to this day, I will never forget that scene in Rogue One in the tunnel. I was at the Commodore Theater with my mother, and we was watching it. Yeah, me and my mom was watching that together. And the whole time we watched, like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie or whatever. And then the next thing you know, when that scene happened, and I heard I said,
whoa.
I said, wait, and you saw that lightsaber light up? And she said, the look on your face, Antonio. She said, you had the same look on your face you did when I took you to go see Return of the Jedi in the movie theater back in 84, 85. She said, that's the same. She said, I was like, because I sat up in my chair and was like, and I was like, oh my God, this is the Vader that we've always wanted to see, like all powerful, like ruthless, like horrifying. And even in this series, what did I text you after after episode 5? I said, my man is so powerful. Oh my God. Like the little decoy ship, he stopped it in midair, and then he brought it down, and then I felt all of the anger and hate when he was ripping that ship apart with the force. It was just, I felt all of that. Like, oh my God. And it's just like, he's just like, I don't care about nothing. He says, no matter. There was like, even the last episode, there was like, Lord Vader, they could have stopped the rebellion and resistance, kind of like.
They could have stopped it before it even started.
It was like, we can stop them. He says, they are no concern of mine, only Obi-Wan. I said, oh my God. And then when he first came and Obi-Wan saw him for the first time in person, and he just completely washed Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother? Remember that look Bob Haskins had in his face? Like, yo, that's how Obi-Wan was looking. Like, man. Yeah, Vader was so powerful, and I loved it. He was ruthless, and how he toyed with Reva. It was just like, he was just like, girl, please. Like, I know who you were the whole time. Like, stop it. Like, what are we doing here? And then the embarrassing thing, what does he do? He takes her lightsaber, breaks it in half, and said, here, let's do this. He don't even use his own lightsaber.
Yes, I was like, yo, that's so disrespectful. He's like,
I'm not even gonna tarnish my lightsaber.
He handed that joint to her, like, here you go, fam, man. Let's I got you.
Yeah, Vader was just awesome and amazing. And did too, even with the whole with the lore of Vader. People don't know, like, you see Vader, you like, as a kid, you saw Vader, I was like, yo, what is this? But the thing is, his suits and cybernetics and robotics are all outdated. That's the thing a lot of people don't know. That isn't the top of the line stuff. He's got outdated stuff on him. And Palpatine did that on purpose because he lost to Obi-Wan when he had all that power. When before he got cut up like sashimi, he gave him outdated stuff. Like, Vader can't put his arms above his head, and he's still out here washing dudes with, with lightsaber fighting. He's all clunky and moving and still killing these and still washing everybody. And the thing is, with outdated equipment, and I mean, just
one hand, but half the time
one-handed. It didn't like, people are like, well, why he keep going to the back of the tank? It's because everything in that suit is uncomfortable. Like, he has to keep getting those wounds cleaned up. It's like, they say that uniform he wears is like super itchy. It makes him have pain. So, I'm saying, that hate and that pain he feels builds up his dark side energy. And I think that's how, like, powerful, powerful he is. And he hates the Inquisitors.
Yeah, he don't like
he
them
hates
at
them.
all, yo. He's not done to deal with them. He didn't want them in the first place,
right? Because he felt them like, oh, you trying to replace me with these? So he tortured.
Like why? Like who is this? Like why are they
Yeah.
here? Oh man, they here to help you. No, you know help. You know who I
This
am.
this your man's right here.
Yeah,
All
yeah. Oh,
right.
this your people, huh? Yo, this your
Yeah.
people right here. All right,
Yeah.
you're gonna see.
So
You
yeah,
know,
man,
so yeah,
Vader was
Vader
awesome.
all right. So the thing that the Vader definitely Vader was great.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I had most issue with in this was at the beginning. It was how, and this is just a personal issue of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I really do hate the precocious child trope now
Yes. Yes.
because like for me like maybe because and I mean I have my own kids. I've taught children. So I know how a 10-year-old is going to talk, even when you have actually a precocious 10-year-old, which I've had. So I understand how they operate. And even how they try to have her like say like yo like she's force sensitive yada yada how she was reading her cousin, cool whatever. It's just for me personally it's too much. The thing I had most issue with was how they fumbled the bag on another black actor. Like with Reva, her characterization could have been so much better. And this in two main ways. One, if they try to not have this whole thing of like, the secret basically, like these holding that over our heads, like, yo, like she's really a youngling. Like you think your audience is stupid? We figured that out after the first episode.
Yeah.
The only black girl, and not down
Yeah.
the one black girl in this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's one. Secondly, the way that they just like okay, so
her dialogue was horrible too.
Moses Ingram is an awesome actress in her own right. They did very okay. So I understand. All right, okay. How can I say this? I understand how they were trying to play the character. They're trying to play the character as somebody who was essentially a tortured soul trying to fake it her way through this whole thing. That's how they kind of play the character. But at the moment they revealed to us that she is a youngling and her whole mission is to basically get to Vader, my suspension of disbelief was done because I'm like, yo, so if that's the case, she was trying to get to Vader, then she her whole like character motivation for me, she should have been way more ruthless. She should have been way more competent. You know what I'm saying? It almost seemed like she was at some points like failing upward. Just because she had like I put a tracker on them. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like little like it was too many like contingency plans. You know what I'm saying? Like if she was very, I mean, for me, if it was a more clear cut way for them to write her and not make her look like a buffoon, I would have been like, cool. The other part of that, almost forgot, is how they try to like redeem her at the end. And this is just my problem with Star Wars in general. Okay, so let me just tell you. Sit up in my chair. The fact that they redeemed Anakin at the end of Return of the Jedi is stupid. The fact that they redeemed Kylo Ren at the end of Rise of Skywalker is doubly stupid. That man killed the whole Hosnian Prime system in one blow. You know what I'm saying? Now he's a Force dyad. Anyway, the way that they try to have like this once Jedi, now dark side user and redeem her and redeem her, and then leave it very open ended, maybe on purpose, because I heard they were supposed to kill the character, but they like Moses Ingram too much, so they kept her alive. So they could be coming up with something else for her, but even with that, I don't even trust that because what y'all gonna do? And then on top of that, if they do that, then they already have the same character, and they're all. They're not even black characters, Tony. They have a problem with female characters, okay? Because Asajj Ventress basically did the same thing. Ahsoka basically is doing the same thing right now, and then they're gonna have her doing the same thing as well. So they got 3 prominent female characters, and to be honest, all of them look like characters of color. But I'm gonna say Asajj Ventress is black. I mean,
yeah,
she black to me. Anyway,
she Dora Milaje.
Yeah, definitely. So
Mm-hmm.
all these potential characters of color, and y'all handling them all the same way. Now they're on this sort of like quasi, I'm in the middle type route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because is ain't no way that they can make Reva and turn her back into a Jedi. Not doing that.
No.
That would be whack. She better bleed that red to white and be like Ahsoka or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or at least be chaotic neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
Yeah.
like there's a way to have her be like almost like the Star Wars anti-hero. Like I would love that. Like she just out here just wilding, almost like a force sensitive what's your boy name? Forrest Whitaker's character, Rogue One. Saw
Saw
Gerrera.
Gerrera. Saw Gerrera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a force sensitive Saw Gerrera. That's the only route I see. But like yeah. They fumbled the bag with her. I'm sorry.
I'll
I
go ahead
went
and
on for
say,
really long.
no, you good. I'll go ahead and say it. She should have died. I'm sorry. I mean, she should have died. Like first of all, the whole backlash with her and everything is BS. We know a lot of that was about, but also too, with her as well, her character was very like, I'm evil. I'm never going to exactly say why I'm evil, but I'm evil.
It's very, very one note.
Yeah, they're like, Dick Dastardly, I'm evil, you know, like that, whatever. And like I said, the lines, some of the dialogue they had her half was horrible, was horrible with that. Anakin, so Vader stabs you again. First of all, I just need to know, how did you survive as a youngling? How did you survive? All the rest of your little youngling friends and stuff are dead from Anakin, but you get stabbed in the stomach as what? Let's just go ahead and say you about what, 11, 12 years old.
Girl.
10,
Like
and you done. And okay, cool. You want to throw that line in there from the Grand Inquisitor, hate is a great motivator. Okay, so you want to say she hated him and that kept her. Hell, it kept Darth Maul alive for what, 10 extra, like 10 years, 10, 12 years after, you know, say Obi-Wan cut him in half, you know. So okay, that's believable. But then he stabs you again and leave you there to die, and you see the little holocron or whatever, the little thing that says, oh, blah blah blah. You find out that okay, Vader has children. You know who wanted you?
it
got,
didn't even
got
really
a
say
son.
Vader had children. It just says like is an important kid.
Right,
You know what I'm
important
saying?
kids. What were you doing? Like, oh, I'm just gonna go kill. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna kill this kid. You're gonna go kill this kid for what means? And even if you figured out, oh, this is Anakin's child, and they don't know, you don't know that that's his child. You know, it made absolutely no sense. And then here she comes with the whole, I couldn't go through with it. I was like,
yo.
okay.
Nah.
I was like, okay. And then Obi-Wan's like, you're free now. And I said, okay, well, I thought maybe she would pass out dead after that or something like that, or become one with the Force or something like that. But no, they leave it open-ended. I'm telling you, she's going to show up in Andor, and I'm going to be pissed off again coming up in Andor. Another thing, I don't mean no harm. Who really asked for Andor? But that's
Bro, but like, yo, that can't.
I get it.
That trailer got me hyped.
It did get me hyped, but who really asked for Andor?
Bro,
Like,
I'm telling you, if they give me half the Rogue One feels in Andor, I'm gonna be happy.
You know, and back to what you said about the precocious kid. Leia irritated the hell out of me. Oh my God! Listen. You know me, Rashad. I don't have no kids or anything like that. I want to take my belt off and go to work on that little girl, man. Oh my God! Like, because I will say that was the best like okie doke like Iverson crossover, because you never saw anything of Leia in any trailers. It was no leaks about young Leia. You saw young Luke.
They hit that well. I can't even.
Yeah, they hit that very well with that, and you get Leia. You're like, oh. So, and then they're like, okay, cool. But then it goes into a whole like buddy adventure with, you know, it was like a buddy cop. It was like the cop that saves like the little kid, and then the little cop has feel responsible for the kid and stuff like the professional.
What's that Eddie Murphy movie with the Asian kid?
Right, yeah, the Golden Child. That's what it became like. It became the space version of the Golden Child. The space version of the Golden Child or whatever, you know. But I was just like, Leia, or whatever. One other thing that irritated me too about this, because I felt like it didn't hold true. As much as I like Obi-Wan as a character, it was known that he was never that powerful in the Force. He was attuned to the Force, but he wasn't really like super powerful in the Force.
Yeah.
The thing that irritated me was the last fight. He goes like, I am super Jedi. He lift all the rocks up and everything. And I was like, where the hell this come from, bro? Like, you ain't Yoda. You ain't Luke. You ain't Mace. Like, nigga, you ain't that in tune. Like, you are, like, no, Mace Windu said you are the best defensive fighter of Sorsu. The style here, they say you are Sorsu. Like, you know what I'm saying, as a defensive fighter and stuff. But he almost ain't become a Padawan because they said his Force skills weren't that great. And even still, they weren't even that great when he became a Jedi Master. It's just that he had a lot of knowledge. But all of a sudden, he's just like, I am Obi-Wan, and all of a sudden you see all the rocks. And I was like, what's going on?
Like he really was out here acting like he, like, you know,
like he'd be like, I want you, Yoda, like he wanted some smoke or something.
So wrapping this thing up, man. Like, I'm looking forward to Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie the most, because he's already told us, he said, look, yo, like, I'm about to broaden the universe for y'all. You know
so question, is his pre Skywalker or post Skywalker?
Don't even know. He has not said
because I know there is supposed to be a pre Skywalker one, but there also is a post Skywalker saga one.
There's the Acolyte is going to be like at the end of the High Republic. I'm like, you know, for some reason they're not really down with Patty Jenkins right now after that Wonder Woman 3 debacle, so we're gonna see what goes for that with the X-Wing joint, you know.
Yeah.
But Taika Waititi Star Wars, because he was on Twitter the other day, he was like, nah, like I'm not gonna be doing anything within, because it makes the universe small. Like, I'm gonna be outside of that stuff, so I can, you know, we can kind of broaden. I say, I cannot wait. I don't because it almost feels like a lot of people in a small place. And it's people it's not enough room to move around because they've limited themselves to like a 70-year span, and they only really be dealing with like 20 years out of that 70 years. So I can't wait for Taika Waititi Star Wars, man. Like, some people don't really like Taika's style. I'm like, man, like, what's wrong with you, yo?
What's wrong with him?
Like, I don't know, yo. Like, it's so much heart and laughter in what Taika Waititi does. And
I've been a fan of Taika Waititi ever since I seen What We Do in the Dark, the vampire.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw that, I was like, this dude is great. I loved that ever since then. And yeah, I don't understand why if people are saying that, but I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with that. I guess the next Star Wars project is that we will see will be Andor, then, right?
Like August.
I think August is Andor, and then if I'm not mistaken, January, February is
Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, season 3 is going to come out, or as I like to call it, season 3, because Book of Boba Fett was
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah. So
yo, that's really it, man. I can't wait for like Mando season 3 is gonna be it's gonna be
Did you see the shot that did somebody release?
I saw some of it. I was trying to wait.
It's just one shot of on Mandalore, and what's her name?
Oh yeah. She's on the throne. Yeah, looking goofy as hell.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm big man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, can't wait for that, yo. But yeah, we'll be back at the end of Miss Marvel. Talk about that. And you know, got some thoughts about that too. But yeah, man, as always, I appreciate you, and we will see y'all next time.